Hey there and welcome. So today we're going to dive into a topic that's all about intimacy, connection, and, exploration. We're specifically going to look at sexual positions that can be really affirming and pleasurable for trans men and their partners. The whole idea here is to give you a kind of practical toolkit, something that supports positive, empowering experiences.
So let's just start with this big question, right? Because really, it's at the heart of everything we're going to talk about. Creating that space for open, honest dialogue, that's the key. And what we're discussing today, it's a really important piece of that much bigger, super vital conversation about what inclusive sex actually looks like.
And yeah, that is exactly our goal here, to give you some clear, affirming info that really empowers your journey. It's all about having knowledge, having options. So with that said, let's get into some of the specifics. Okay, so let's jump into it. We're going to look at 4 positions to consider. But hey, I want you to think of this less like a rigid checklist, It's more of a toolkit, just a set of starting points for you and your partner to explore together.
So this table here breaks down 4 pretty common positions, and each one has its own vibe, its own benefits. You've got missionary, right? It's a classic for a reason. It's amazing for that face-to-face intimacy and connection. Now, if you're looking for deeper penetration, doggy style can be a really great option. And what's so powerful about a position like cowgirl is the control you get. Being on top means you get to set the pace, the angle, which can be awesome for focusing on clitoral stimulation. And then they're side by side. This one is just fantastic for comfort and a totally different kind of intimacy, especially if super deep penetration isn't the main goal.
But look, it is so crucial to remember that this list, it's just a starting point. Every single body is different. Our preferences are different, especially when you're navigating feelings of gender dysphoria or euphoria. The best position, you're not going to find that on some chart. It's something you discover through mutual comfort, lots of communication, and of course, pleasure.
Okay, so we've looked at a few options, but now let's talk about what's actually even more important. Seriously, beyond any single position, there are basically 2 foundational rules for any great sexual experience. These are the real essentials.
And I'm not kidding. This idea right here, it's probably the most important thing in this entire explainer. Everything, and I mean everything, comes back to open, honest, continuous dialogue with your partner. It is truly the key to, well, everything.
So let's just boil all that down into 2 core principles. These are non-negotiable. Step 1, like we just said, is communicate openly. That means before, during, and after. And step 2, which is just as vital, is to always use protection.
And when we say protection, we're talking about really practical tools for safety and for care. Using things like condoms, dental dams, it's a super straightforward and absolutely essential way to lower the risk of STIs. It's about protecting you and your partner.
So, at the end of the day, yeah, exploring positions is a fun part of sex, no doubt. But it's that foundation of communication and safety that really truly creates a positive and affirming experience. If you take one thing away from this, let it be that.
All right, so to wrap things up, I just want to leave you with a question to think about. And this goes beyond just sex, okay? Think about all your important connections in your life. What's just one small step you can take, maybe even starting today, to foster more open communication? Thanks so much for exploring all this with me.